The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome. I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons, and this is the Podical Son Podcast.
Son.
So let's start the show. How you feeling today, man?
I'm good, my brother. How you feeling, man?
Marvelous. No complaint.
Just
The weather did a few tricks.
It did.
Weather's doing up and down like a toilet seat now.
Bro.
I think this is that time.
Bro, it's that time.
It's that time?
September. Yeah.
September. That's what it do.
It's so funny because we always say, what was the holiday that just passed? Was it Victoria Day that just passed here in Canada? Civic holiday that just passed in Canada. And we always say it's like, that's that last day of summer. Like once it hits, the weather's all downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I remember people always saying about the X.
Right.
CNE.
Yeah.
The CNE time and stuff, whatever. Like you need hoodies and stuff for nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, really? But nah, today hoodie weather.
Yeah.
Today hoodie day, man. So what's good, man? Tell me how you feel, man. Everything good? How's the week?
Man. The week was progressive. Yeah, I did a little ones or twos.
Progressive meaning
I got my drone piloting license underneath my belt.
Nice. Congrats.
So yes, I've been.
Remember when Spirit opens up?
Yeah,
you need to go get one of those door like Grim Reapers, attach it to the drone, and just fly the drone kind of low. So now people look up at the night sky, they see like, yeah, what the fuck is that flying? He's like, just
gonna put a little microphone.
terrorize people. You like, catch me walking their dogs. You didn't hear from me though. Saint Marv.
So somebody catches me and pulls off my head like Scooby Doo. It was him all along.
Those meddling kids. Talk to me, man. So what's good, man? Yo, like, you came off kind of spicy to me this morning. Not even a good morning, gorgeous.
Yeah, I
thought you were gonna hit me up with a text message like Grand Rising, like I'm a Pillsbury biscuit. You just came in kind of hot. I was like,
the thought hit me, and I was like, okay, who can I just lay this on right now? Because this is like it's an epiphany, and I know we've been down this road on each of these topics: rappers, pastors. Right? And doctors. And I'm saying to myself,
what a wonderful world. No, fuck it. Go ahead. I'm not stopping your train. Go ahead.
In our grand scheme to seek riches, why is it that we seldom take the path to the least resistance? How many of us make it to the NBA?
Not that many. What is this here? 1 out of 100?
Make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
All right. How many of us make it in the music industry?
Make it. Not that many, but there's a lot of them still trying to get at the gateway.
Right. A lot of them still getting the gateway, right? There's a more successful chance at our people becoming doctors and lawyers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought of this. Isn't there a even better chance that you might just get rich standing on the pulpit?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I thought about it again. Wait a sec. Aren't the odds better than everything that I just mentioned?
They are. But okay, so the thing is stuff I believe is this is part of the problem where you as, like, say if you're going to become this preacher or this pastor and you have to convert or make the people believe they should come fuck with your church.
Right.
Because on the way coming to your church, I'm passing
all these other churches.
Why should I come drive past these churches to come to your church?
Yeah.
You got to convince me and stuff on that. Like TD Jakes.
Right.
There's people and stuff that won't go to a church that's probably like around the corner from them.
Yeah.
But they'll log on to watch the TD Jakes and donate online.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
When I want to say pretty much most of the COVID restrictions are freed up where people can go in church and just vibe.
Right.
But they're like, nah, TD Jake shit is slapping.
I get that, right? But I mean, what's the difference? It's a product, right? His sermon is the product. For that crackhead to get to you standing on the corner, he might have to pass 6 or 7 different drug dealers selling the same product. So you have to develop that loyalty for him too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Pastor Hustle might be a better hustle for you.
I think Pastor Hustle and stuff, but okay. Let me say this to you.
You get to the pearly gates. Yeah, I mean, you gotta ease up on some taxes.
Okay, maybe, yeah, okay, what the
Your
pearly
prayer
gates?
closet could be banging.
So that's what I was gonna say. You were knocking my rich ass bishop over there the other day.
That's why I had to slip it. That's why I had to call you this morning, man.
You had your epiphany.
Yeah, an epiphany. I had to call you this morning. I was like, maybe I had this whole thing wrong.
You did.
Maybe I had this whole thing wrong.
Like he's living his life. Because I look at this stuff as like, yo, sermons.
Right.
I feel like you can have, like, even with teachers, the style and substance is separated. I think the teachers and stuff know the curriculum.
Yeah.
Like the preachers, they know the Bible.
Right.
It's up to them to put their own style and spin and charisma and personality and stuff, whatever, to it to help sell it.
Yeah.
Because you've probably known there's like some archbishop or whatever the hell. He probably reads each Bible verse slow and monotone and stuff. If you turn to the next page, you'll see Deuteronomy 6, verse 7. You know what I'm saying? Or you'd be like, tell me. These lessons and stuff that people going to tell me. People don't pick up their Bibles. They pick up their Bibles out here. That's what they need to. They need to pick up their Bibles. But you don't know Deuteronomy? Yeah. Deuteronomy. All right. Yeah. Deuteronomy 6, 7, chapter 6, verse 7. The people like, shit. Where he going with this? Hold on. Over there on the app. Hold on. Deuteronomy. See, when they already had that shit pre-planned or pre-cooked.
Right.
If it comes up on a projector, be like, nah. You ain't freestyled this great thought. No. You took time to calculate this. But if you get like a Jay-Z type of preacher and stuff, would just come in and be like, yo, hit you with these bars, go all over the place, and the crew can't keep up with him. Like, nigga, pick somewhere we can start from, right? Then they can say like, okay, this is where the sermon's going and everything. I think we just have a basis. We know where the sermon's going when it comes to Christmas. Right. Because the Easter.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
You know where the sermon and stuff is going, like leading prequel to that. Everything else?
Any given Sunday.
Hit me with your best shot.
And any given Sunday. That's you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I call it. Any given Sunday.
It's always the speaker and the listener, because certain things are subjective. Like, right. I like even if we're talking about like musicians, I like Game. The Game?
Yeah.
I like his voice.
Yes. Yeah.
His voice.
He's got a nice voice.
His voice and his cadence and stuff, whatever, it comes off proper when he raps.
Yeah.
Lyrically, is he like, nah, he ain't like top tier for me and stuff, whatever, right?
He ain't bad, but he's not. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's my thing. My thing and stuff is that for me or for the person,
right, certain
things might sound better or might move better coming from a person that I might like or I might establish something and stuff with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we talk about Jay. If we talk about Jay, I've been listening to Jay since like Reasonable Doubt.
Okay.
Jay had me one, not even the Ain't No. It wasn't that. I think it was song Cashmere Thoughts. I talk jewels and spit diamonds, all cherry like a hymen when I'm rhyming with remarkable timing. Right? And I was like, hymen? Cherry? Oh, cherry wood. I was like, okay, that's entendres. I like this. I like how this guy did it. Who's this guy? This fellow's named Jay-Z? I like this. Sounds kind of like Jazzy, but it's Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get it. And I like things and stuff. Because of that, now I established something and stuff with Jay in my head where I like certain type of things and stuff that he'll say.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you prefer specific speakers. You might not like my motivational speech that I might give to you, but you might love Tony Robbins.
Right.
I might say the same exact thing.
It's just a style.
Yeah. The preachers. Yeah. I'm not knocking them. No. I like these preachers and stuff that have a little style. I always look at it stuff like, is the modern preacher helping us pushing us towards God or pulling us away from God? Because I look at it where You see Bishop dude,
right?
Styling, profiling, out here, Bentley drop top, Rolls Royce drop top, out here living the best life and everything like that. Yeah. Does this motivate you to give your money to a set preacher?
I don't know if it motivates me to give my money to.
Okay, would this motivate you to bring you to his church and stuff to see what he's talking about since he's doing all of this?
I think I would be interested in hearing what he has to say.
You want to go?
I know. I would go.
You would go
because I would go because I would be interested in hearing what he has to say. Because in my mind, seeing him, I probably have I've developed this perception, right? I thought you were a rapper first and foremost. But now you spit at the pulpit. Let me go see how that translates. Because I might get there and you might say something that resonates with me. And I might forget totally about what you're wearing. Because at the end of the day, that's not what it's about. It's not about what you're wearing. But I can't, should I be mad at you that you like nice things and you could afford to have nice things? And again, I went back, and again, I think it goes back to what I was saying prior, right? It's like churches are nonprofit organizations,
correct?
Right? The pastor works for the church. So when you say nonprofit organization, the church itself cannot make no money. The church still has to pay salaries for the people who work in the church. The pastor being a worker of the church, he gets paid a salary. What that salary is depends on, I guess, performance, this, that, and the third. That if y'all ain't got a problem with what he on his performance, and his salary is $300,000 or $300,000 a year.
Tell me the difference between that and WNBA.
Why can't he buy what he want to buy with his $300,000 a year?
Because my thing is, if I look at it as like, yo, you eat what you kill.
Right.
You eat what you kill.
Right.
So if your words can bring the milkshake, bring the boys to the yard and everything like that,
yeah,
I have no beef. I have no issue, no discrepancy, no nothing like that with everything. Because your hard work or your work brought them here.
Right.
And that's the same thing. So like when it comes to like the WNBA stuff and everything, I'm like, your shit gotta bring the people here. They're like, oh, we're not giving you shit. I'm like, look how many multi-millionaire women there are out here.
Yeah.
Who like, if they want to support women, they can pull their money into the WNBA or even do like a, hi, Serena, we'll take $1 million from you. Hi, Oprah, we'll take $1 million from you and use that as endorsement thing to help catapult it and stuff. Right?
Easily. Buy ad spots. They could do so much.
They could buy that. Ask Oprah for a time slot.
Yeah.
Just as like, hey, Oprah, you have a channel.
Yeah.
We just want to run the finals on your channel.
Yeah.
Because you're a woman channel and this is a woman's sport.
And you know what? Leading up to the finals, why don't you, interview a few of us so regular women can see that we're truly just regular women and we just like playing basketball. So you can just enjoy us playing basketball and after we'll just watch us drink wine because we're regular women.
They don't want to have that convo though. But I think like back to the preacher thing, I do feel like it is a hustle or even a job that most people and stuff could capitalize on and utilize. I think for the Black demographic, you have some households are more firm with what I want to say the telling of God.
Right.
And you have some ones are kind of more loose and lackadaisical.
Right. So
the ones that are firm and everything like that, I think it's already kind of pre-set up for them. I want to say not to preach, but to kind of have an understanding and stuff of God. When much as if it's not firm and set up and stuff like that in your household, you probably have to experience life another type of way and then kind of come back. Some people are like, I was in the streets before and then, God called me and everything like that. Whether if it was already firm, you would never really touch the streets and stuff to that degree. You were already here, but now where do you go from this point? Do you become a preacher? Do you become a deacon? Do you, put in your work and everything? Because again, not a lot of people, what I've seen through maybe like shows, TV shows and movies, and I don't know any preachers like that directly, but I see that it's not an easy dance. Like even if you had bread and you jump up and be like, yo, I want to open up a church right here.
Yeah.
You still got to get the people to come to the church.
yeah, well,
Otherwise, you're going to waste in the space.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
but I think it works when you kind of have a story though. Because even with like I know a couple pastors that they were gangsters. You know what I mean? And a lot of people who are in their church grew up with them, knowing them as gangsters. And I think it's kind of like exactly like when you're at that stage and you make that transition, but you're like, well, why, how, or why, who am I to make that transition? But you see a dude who's, is like a bona fide terrorist.
mm-hmm.
And he'd have just flipped the script and gave his life to God. And it might kind of take you in a different perspective and say, hey, if he can do it as hardcore as I know what he is, let me go see what his story is.
I think, but
let me go see what his story
some
is.
people are like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, who is it? Like, when you have, I guess, the former singer turned gospel singer and stuff like that.
Right.
It's kind of like those things because you kind of knew or had an idea of their whole wild life before and you kind of liked the wildlife or it was interesting to you.
Yeah.
And now you reverted and stuff to be like, oh, this person's done and changed. You want to kind of understand the catalyst and see the growth and stuff, whatever, and what sparked this change.
Right.
And you like that person's story. You might not like everybody else's story, but you kind of like this story because it might be relatable to you.
Right.
You might see a form of yourself in said person, whether it be man or a woman or anything like that. You might just see something in there that might gravitate towards you. Because I'm pretty sure that like there's a female preacher. So if there's a woman preacher now out here, and let's say she used to be a stripper.
Yeah.
Say she used to be a stripper, she had a trap dude and everything like that, like in her early teens to like her about 40s now. She's a mom, she was a single mom and she kind of came up and life was hard and everything. There's tons of women that can probably gravitate to that story and probably just go to her church for just her being just the story.
Right, for the story, yeah.
Just for the story
yeah.
and stuff like that. But it's the exposure. It has, you have to put it out. You have to, when that light turns on you and stuff, whatever, you only got the chance to blow because opportunity come once in a lifetime.
Use those 15 minutes.
Yo, you better
use those 15 minutes.
Yo, when the mic is on, yeah. Right? So the hustle for preachers and pastors and everything, it should come to a point where it's still a collective of people. Because I look at if I feel like I'm a bomb ass pastor,
right,
and you already got this kind of congregation and everything like that, instead of you beefing with me, let's collaborate.
Yeah.
Make me a deacon into your church or some shit like that, whatever. And then you take some days or, take the break, I'm going to let Brother Marv say some things and stuff to the masses and everything like that. I'm like, thank you, not your average. And then, I go up there, say my piece and everything. It's not a every Sunday thing.
Yeah.
You're still main feature. I might be an opening act or, or might give you a little relief.
What you're saying, I actually watched this on YouTube and they were actually talking about the relevances of Black churches and if they're even relevant nowadays. And one of the things what the ladies on the panel was saying is that back in the day, it's like the churches served a purpose because it was like that community unifier, right? We all might, like in the neighborhood, we all might go to the same church.
Mm-hmm.
That church may, look at specific programs within the community, this, that, and everybody just worked together. And she goes, but what happened was, going forward, just like how you're saying, as opposed to, everybody coming together and building one church, a pastor want to take this flock and go here. A pastor want to take his flock. So everybody's now disjointed. Everybody's in their own separate church, and the community is now divided amongst these people, as opposed to what you're saying before. If like these 5 pastors just came together and just want to have one big congregation, then you have those numbers that you work with, and you just rotate. You just rotate. One man's not an island, but I guess it's the greed, right? If you don't want to share with the other 4 pastors.
I mean, It was called Destiny's Child.
It was called Destiny's
And then
Child.
it went to Beyonce.
Yeah.
And now you can't break her soul.
She was the child that was destined.
She was the child that was destined.
She was the
we
child
know that.
was
Her
destined.
father ran the damn group. His name was Matthew Knowles. He ran the damn group. They had to fall in. We knew she was a Destiny's Child.
When did the other two members click in that they weren't the destined child?
You know what? I think it was greasy. This is what I love about Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly Rowland and stuff has kind of been there from like the from the
jump.
take.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Kelly. I look at it stuff as like you gotta know, and this is where I was like, yo, there's too many directors and not enough actors.
Yeah.
You gotta know, like, yo, you know what? You ain't always gotta be the front runner.
Nah.
And everything like that.
Nah.
Now, if this is your goal and your MO and stuff for that, yes, you have to step to the side because your goal and your happiness are different things.
Mm-hmm.
If your goal is to make this bread so you can make this bread to supplement the lifestyle you want to live,
right?
Who do you give a fuck about who running shit? Why would you give a fuck about who running shit?
I ain't heard a pip complain a day in my life
from Kelly.
I ain't heard a pip.
I heard nothing from Kelly.
Nah.
And Kelly's living lovely.
Nice.
That's the thing. It's collaboration over, competition.
Yeah.
Right? I just feel like some of the preachers, they just need to do that a little bit more. And I understand teaching styles or like styles they go about, like especially on the pulpit. Like I don't think TD Jake's style will kind of mash with someone like Joel Osteen.
Right.
Right? However, I feel like that Pastor Keon guy, he's not that far from TD.
No.
Clap. No? No, everybody. Fuck the slice, want the pie. Everybody for the devil's pie.
Everybody want the pie. They want the pie.
Let's talk about these polls real quick.
All right, let's
go
through.
Hell of a monologue, though. Hell of a monologue.
Hell
of a monologue. Oh, like, comment, subscribe.
That's it.
To get more of this. Podicalsons.com, YouTube. We see y'all. All streaming platforms possible. We are here. Polls. First poll. Should parents shield their kids from stress? That was a 50-50 split. On the gram. On the book. On the book, it was more, yes, you should shield them from stress. So, talk. How you feel?
Nah, I think a little bit of stress is good. You might want to probably monitor them. And I don't know how you do that, right? It's like, how do you even know if they're stressed? So a lot of times these kids won't say anything.
I think I always just think it was kind of weird and wild, but then I understand some of the concept and stuff. So when I was younger and everything, women used to always come with these little tests, like, to date a woman and everything like that. Right. Like, oh, talk to my friend. Oh, so you try to talk to my friend? I'm like, oh, I thought we were cool. It's a test. I feel like there's certain type of things you should do.
Yeah.
And put your kid in scenarios and stuff, whatever, where they have to perform.
Okay.
Properly and stuff in front of you, whatever, right?
Right.
Because under your direct supervision.
Right.
Like, okay, the other day, like with you, your son, the shirt, the ironing.
Right.
Right? You did that in front of him.
Right.
Me, I would let him iron it and I would walk him through holding it and pressing it exactly and stuff like that, right?
Right.
He might be stressed about doing it wrong, but I'm right here.
Right.
This is a controlled stress.
Right.
This is controlled whatever, right?
Yes.
We can control it.
Yes.
So now you can troubleshoot it if you are in a predicament when I'm not here and you do need to do certain type of things.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like back in the day, like, TV world, Caucasian world, I never had this type of lifestyle, but it's kind of like where the father was like, hey, come help me fix this car. Show him some shit like, he or she.
Right.
Show them some shit like, yo, in case some shit might fuck up,
this
you gotta do. I'm doing an oil change. These are the things you gotta look for. So those people and stuff that know those things, their parents already put them in a situation and stuff where it was controlled.
Right.
And they're able to persevere and stuff from that.
Right.
Lucky. He look at me and shit like that, but I'm like, yeah, I gotta take a car to oil change. You can't do an oil change by your damn self? No! I don't come from that damn TV world where my dad's like, hey, sport. You wanna help your old man do an oil change? I don't come from that world.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. I champion those people that do that.
Yeah.
So if it's a situation of stuff where my mom had a conversation with me when I was little one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mom told me and stuff. She's like, I said to her when I was younger, I never forget this conversation. I'm like, you always want me to come home before the street lights come on. I was like, it's not dark when the street lights come on. Just say you want me home before it's dark.
Right.
She's like, no, street lights are indication and stuff that it is gonna get dark.
Right.
I don't know how far you are, but you need to get home. You need to start making your way before those shits come on.
Right.
So if you feel like you see the sun starting to go down and stuff like that, inchworm your ass back to the house close as possible. So when the lights come on, you already
You're
inside.
in the vicinity, yeah.
She's like, people will kidnap. People kidnap kids. People take kids. People do some things to kids. People molest. You know what I'm saying? I'm young at the time. I'm like, I can't even spell some of those words you're saying and stuff like that. She's like, there are dangers out here in this world we live in and stuff. You're just not hip to it and stuff like that yet.
Right.
Right? Fast forward to like, let's say 4th grade. There was this kid who went missing in Florida and stuff. Jimmy Rice. Big story. Major story and stuff. You can probably Google it and see everything about Jimmy Rice. Jimmy Rice and stuff was a kid that got abducted and got killed and chopped up to pieces and stuff like that.
Okay.
From somebody who I think worked with the family.
Right.
So it's somebody and stuff kind of like close at home.
Yeah.
And everything and stuff. And the story was traumatic. And then my mom and stuff, she's like, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yeah, the kid who went missing and stuff, he was younger than me and everything. Like, she's like, yeah, that's what I tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's any problem with anybody as an adult, you tell me. I am your mother. You tell me.
Right.
Don't let nobody tell you, keep this a secret away from your mom. No,
Yeah.
you tell me.
Yeah.
I am your parent.
Yeah.
So now she gave me I want to say not a full stressful situation, but she kind of put me under the gun like, one kid wants to hear a speech from their parent.
Right.
It's kind of mildly stressful to the kid.
Yeah.
I want to go run, eat, poop, and play. But we're having this conversation and it's prepping the child. It's preparing the child to deal with it. So if the child comes into the situation, my mom said to me stuff, she's like, if somebody trying to take you up in a van, you need to fight your way out.
Yeah.
Claw, scratch, whatever you grab, bite, all the above. She said that some people don't like the fight. And sometimes you need to do that. And then some people and stuff that just go with the fight. And I remember one time I was watching another movie and somebody got snatched up and stuff, whatever. She's like, idiot. You see that? She didn't even fight. She just got snatched up and went straight in the van. She got to kick out them blood clot and all that type of stuff. Folks, I have a rough Jamaican mom.
He does.
She not that soft.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. This parent is prepping child
Right.
to deal with such stressful situation.
Right.
We shouldn't shield them. We should have prepared them because the parent is not always going to be around.
No. And that's exactly how I look at it. And again, some stress is good, man. Some stress motivates you to act.
Of course. Come on, man.
Motivates you to act. So you can't shield you.
Some people perform better under pressure.
Yes.
Some people perform better under pressure. You have those clutch people, right? You have people that aren't clutch.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? So when there's no stress and stuff like that, whatever, I want to say the average person, they could probably do well. When the stressor thing, the go-to people. You would know in a situation and stuff, the negotiators.
Right.
The clutch people that just be like, fuck, I don't know what to do. Smooth might know what to do. So I'm like, yeah, fall back. You got to do this, that, bing. All right, cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be like,
Here we go.
I might call you like, shit, my car just stalled on me. I'm freaked out. I pulled over on the highway. Did you check this? Well, no, because I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Well, you check that? You got to check that. So
Yeah.
check. I'm like, pop the hood. Do you see something blocking the thing? Shit, how'd you know? Because you're stressed, dog. I'm telling you. Like, don't worry.
Yeah,
I've been through some shit like that, whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to be all right.
Yeah.
You're in good hands like Allstate.
Mm-hmm.
Go forth and prosper. People who've been through stressful situations can help navigate some of that. Some people and stuff, they perform a lot better with stressful situations. Stress is needed.
It is.
Stress is needed. We just put a negative connotation on stress that we make it seem like all stress is bad. That's why I asked that question last week.
Right. I mean, as part of that, it's also part of the whole survival tactics, right? I mean,
Fight or flight.
Like that's part of that response is from a stressful situation. And you only know that you gotta take flight because of the stress.
Mhm.
It's an alert. It's an alert that you gotta react. You gotta act. You gotta do something. You're in an uncomfortable position. You gotta figure out how to remove yourself from that position or how to change that position. And you're right. If we keep shielding you from that, you're never gonna figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah, because there's going to come a point in time where you're not going to be around me.
Right.
And I would hope you do the best things possible because I know what I would do in set situation, right?
Mm.
And I would hope that you as my child or anybody and stuff under my guidance, that I would prep you enough that if you are in the situation, you might do something similar or even better.
Right.
You might have a different vision and stuff for seeing something a lot better, right? To the parents, and it's not even to get it dark, but to the parents who lost their children to like school shootings and everything like that, I don't feel like they probably were fully prepped and prepared and stuff compared to like these newer kids now where they're having drills in school.
Right, yeah.
On how to deal with school shootings and everything like that, or what to do and all the above compared to like the Columbine parents.
Yeah.
The Columbine parents and stuff would probably just send their kids to school. They went to work or they probably went about their business and stuff like that. And they were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Now they done probably lost a child and everything like that and everything. Like, they had nothing to base nothing by.
Yeah.
Compared to like now, these kids and stuff are doing drills.
Well, I was about to say. I mean, we talk about the parents, but I mean, just people in general. Like, this is a situation where, it may have happened one or two times before, but no, it's serious shit. We can't make it happen a third time. So you know what?
Right.
We got to learn now from these situations, and like somebody has now have to come up with drills because it's got to be uniformed. It's got to be something that every kid can understand. It's got to be simple that every kid can do and not be confused with it. And now it's got to be to the point where now not only the kid's stress is relieved, but the parent's stress is relieved as well. And even more so the parents, right? Because again, when we speak about kids, they sometimes they don't realize how much danger it is. Even with seeing it, even with it happening, you're right. They're still not of the age to really grasp what it is or what's truly happening. Whereas the parents are. So the parents super stressed because you're not there.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be like, I hope nobody kicks in our front school door and goes like that. In itself that's nuts when you think about it.
That's a hell of a stressful situation to even think about.
Yeah.
So I feel like we just better prepare them and arm them.
Right.
Not shield them, just prepare them and stuff, because one way or another is going to come around and stuff. It's kind of like bullies, right?
Yeah.
You want to prepare them to deal with bullies and stuff like that. You can't hide them from bullies forever. Bullies are everywhere.
Right.
Bullies are everywhere and stuff. I want to say they might be more physical when they're younger.
Yeah.
But they might just be verbal and stuff when you get older. Like, depending on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
And if they don't have bullies, you're the bully. No, I'm fucking with you. Next poll says, are there more porn stars or murderers in the world? And 61% said murderers. You agree to that?
I think there's more porn stars.
Man, everybody granny got OnlyFans. I'm about to start selling feet pics and stuff next week. Yo, I'm sick of this, man. Yo,
You start selling feet.
I'm gonna start selling feet pics. My pinky low key kind of ugly though. I don't know. My pinky toe ugly, but I was told I have nice feet for a guy. So I think I'm about to start selling these foot pics and stuff like that. Whatever.
Well, I mean, whatever. It's clever, man. If you can get that bread.
So I feel like, here's my thing. I feel like if you make content, and you knowingly know that people can get off on the content,
Right.
you're a porn star.
Yeah. If you know.
Yeah. If you know. Because let's say a person might be a naked chef on OnlyFans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their main thing is still cooking the dish. But if they have the apron on, say woman has the apron on, and you get like a side boob profile.
Yeah.
whatever. So nipple was covered up, areola and nipple was covered up from the apron.
Right.
But you get the side boob profile. There's some dude out there might jerk off to the side profile. You know what I'm saying? Or she turn around and like, you know what I'm saying? Like some things still left in imagination with the apron and stuff like that and everything. If you knowingly know, you're not a chef. I mean, not saying you're not a chef. It's not a cooking show no more.
It's not a cooking show.
It's a multi-purpose show.
Maybe they were feeling like, maybe the feeling was that with the word star at the end, you actually had to be like the top of the field. You know what I mean? Like you can't just have
there's gonna be some tops. There's gonna be some top somewhere.
There's gonna be some field.
There's gonna be some field. Yeah, some David Copperfield type of shit.
But you can't have like an OnlyFans and have like one fan and then be considered a star.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know if that's I'm trying to stretch for them. But I still think there's more porn stars than murderers.
So I get what you're saying. But I'm still with the content.
Still with the content?
If you made the content and stuff, whatever, because I look at it stuff like even if you made a sex tape, you and your wife made a sex tape and stuff, whatever, and like let's say you upload it in the back corner of the internet, and then you took it down, 10 people saw it.
10 people saw it.
And let's say and shit some giggles, 10 people saw it and stuff like that, whatever, right? They probably look like, shit, this guy out here putting in the work.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? They probably look like, damn, she fine as fuck.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, so somebody, he or she, might just start touching genitals and stuff like that. Congratulations, you're a porn star. You're a porn star. I asked somebody the other day, whatever. I'm like, yo, if you cheat once, does that make you a cheater? They say, yeah. So I'm like, if I cut hair once, does that make me a barber? They said, technically speaking, yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck it then. I'm a barber.
I'm a barber.
So if if 10 people saw it, you're a porn star. You're a star. I think, here's the thing. With the murderers, I feel like there's a lot of people that hasn't really been brought to justice for like, let's say it's murders that probably already taken place.
Yeah.
And even like, they're still hunting some of the like the Nazi remnants.
See, this is and that's what I'm saying, right? Like, how technical are we being? Because this is where it gets tricky. If you're in the army and you shoot somebody cold-blooded, are you still a murderer?
No. So I think if you're in the army,
right?
If you're in the army, that's part of your job. So you're just technically doing your job.
You're just doing your job. Okay.
You're just doing your job, and your job is just happening to be for your country.
Murderers, if you want to get off with murdering, join the army.
Of course.
Yes. You got free range. Just don't shoot nobody on your team.
I always said if it was like any kind of world war, like War of the Nations and everything like that, first people you should get those prison people.
I always thought that.
Get the prison people and stuff for that.
I always thought that.
Be like, yo, boss, if you survive this, we reduce time off your sentence.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it, like you said, serve for your country, your family will get the money we were going to give you. You know what I'm saying? Equivalent exchange, no?
I mean,
I feel like there's more porn stars than murderers, though. I just feel like that. Be like, yo, there's so much content out here, and like I said, it's the purpose of people getting off. Because even I look at Twitch. I was looking at Twitch and stuff like that. And on Twitch's like news feed, they were saying that said chick got kicked off because apparently she let her boyfriend go down on her on while she's playing. While
she's gaming.
She's gaming. So while she's gaming and stuff, but her boyfriend goes down on her, and then like another streamer apparently was kind of like bent over a counter area.
Yeah.
And then the camera's kind of more focused on her face, but you see like the pleasure and like, dude like kind of clapping it and stuff like that, right? And you hear it. And like, people are tipping like, oh my gosh, she's getting fucked on live and everything like that. And people are getting off on the content. Porn.
Star.
I'm a star. I know who wasn't a star. No. They were a star.
They were a star?
So salute to the people at the Jays game that was fucking. Those are stars. Those are stars. She was riding that thing.
Those were stars.
She was riding that thing.
They was high up too. They were my high.
That's my high. Yeah, nosebleed. Something else was bleeding. I don't know, but still, I was like, I ain't mad at that.
Nah, sometimes you got to stretch during the 7th inning.
Is that the 7th inning stretch?
That's the 7th inning stretch.
I think there should be more more bedrooms set up in these arenas and these.
This is what's needed.
Yeah, because I know Rogers Center.
Yeah.
Where I don't know if it's still there, but I know in the Sky Dome, when it was Sky Dome action, I heard they had rooms you can rent. Can you still?
Yes, you had they had like the box office rooms, and it was attached to like a hotel.
Right.
So you could.
Is it still attached like that?
I think so.
Because that's my thing. My thing and stuff is that what I do in my hotel room is my business.
Yeah.
So if now I want to catch a game with the curtain kind of ajar, I'm getting older. My vocabulary has to grow a little bit. The curtain's a little ajar, and I'm out there like just having to stick my head through there and just doing some things. The curtain's still closed. I'm just like, all right, no, all right. Ground roll double. All right, fuck it.
Yo, imagine you going to town, you're watching the game through a ajar curtain, and somebody hits a foul ball in your direction towards your window. What do you do? Imagine you catch that bad boy and he's mid-stroke.
Nah, you're the baddest man on
the planet. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Classic.
You're the baddest man.
Classic.
Baddest person on the planet. Either or.
Yeah.
Either or.
If that happens,
that's a unicorn event. That's some shit cameras need to be running for.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, because I always look at it like, if I have a hotel, I do what I want and I do in that hotel.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I guess this side, like if I'm looking at this is the thing, like, to my left, it's the field, the baseball field, and the diamond outside this window. And to my right, there's the door, the shower, the etc. and everything like that. I paid my money for the room.
Paid your money for the room.
So if I want to open up, if I want to ajar the curtain some more and have a
up on the glass?
Well, no, just have
That'd be wild. You'd be too wild.
Yeah.
If I'm in the stands and I look up at the hotel window and see pressed up butt cheeks, that's wild.
I applaud it.
That's wild.
I applaud it. Way back when I was younger, I went to the movie theaters and stuff, and I was with a girl, and she went to go do the ones and twos, bless me and everything like that, and she kind of came in, and I was way in the back. What movie was that? Honey. Don't ask me. I didn't want to watch Honey.
You didn't watch Honey.
I didn't watch Honey.
You didn't watch Honey.
I know Jessica Alba and Little Romeo was in it. That's all I remember. And I remember there's a Jadakiss part before everything started.
Right.
So I'm looking like, oh shit, Jada. I was like, all right. And then she's like, yeah, I'm bored from this movie. Take your dick out. And I was like, okay. So when I was doing the ones and twos, it's like she's doing the ones and twos. I'm there like, oh, there's some guys way on the other side that give me thumbs up like, we see you, buddy. We see you, dude. Like, they had the thumbs up. And I was looking like, fuck, maybe we should stop. I was looking like, you keep going. Continue.
We already been spotted. We've been spotted at this point.
People fucking at the Jays game and stuff like that. I'm looking like, hey, I'm not mad.
I seen this one comment that said they thought he was holding a pillow, and then when I played it back, it did look like he was squeezing like a big pillow, like a big white, because she had on the white dress. It looked like a pillow he was squeezing. I was like, but nah, he's squeezing something.
I think it was.
It wasn't
dope.
the pillow.
I think it was dope to me that a couple could knock something like that off their sexual bucket list.
off the list,
off the bucket list and stuff for there. I think that's dope. Like I want to say, even if it was an impulsive type of thing,
right?
I'm a fan of like couples doing things like that.
Yeah.
And if they weren't a couple and they just say, yo, fuck it. I always wanted to do that. I just wanted to do that.
Right.
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. I just look at it as I was like,
I'd love for
it's a family show.
I'd love for it to be a couple though, because that's a story of a lifetime when you're older. Remember when we got arrested for fucking at the Jays game?
Oh yeah, good times.
Good times.
No, let me ask you something. When it comes to porn, does porn make you feel insecure about yourself?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Really? That's good. So you don't think about like if your dick would measure up to like another porn star or like size wise or technique wise?
No. Yeah, nah.
Which is good.
Yeah. I think
was it always like that?
I think the only thing that I probably would have been like, I wish I was more like, was how long they lasted and that was only until I realized a lot of that shit is camera tricks. Yeah, a lot of that shit is camera tricks and cuts. I said, okay, they're not really going for.
So before you found that out, when you were younger and everything, like I'm assuming,
yeah,
were you? Because you were looking like, how the fuck these guys are fucking for like?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I'm like.
They know something that I don't.
Yeah, like what's going on?
This is a good feeling for that damn long. You don't want to bust?
Like, are these unicorn men? Like what? I don't know.
Unicorn men.
I don't know. Come on. Shit.
I'm gonna start calling porn star men unicorn men now for some reason. I don't know. I fucking love it. I love it. I think for me,
right.
It wasn't really about size until I actually seen who the fuck Mandingo Lex Steele was.
Okay.
Cause I was looking at stuff, I was like, I'm blessed. I'm like, them dudes are a different kind of blessed.
and you know why I never looked at it that way? Because I always looked at those women as a different breed of woman.
That can take that much?
Yes. I did not believe that those were the normal women that I ran into on a daily basis.
Oh no, she got ran through. I mean, not ran into. Huh? Did I say that? I'm sorry, folks. Welcome back to the Podical Sons podcast.
Yeah.
You see, okay. The reason why I say that and stuff is because technically speaking, Jay's people, the Jay's couple and everything like that, they're now porn stars. Because people probably don't seen the little clip.
Right.
I don't underestimate nobody and they're getting off skills.
Right.
Because I hear some people and stuff. I heard a woman told me and stuff, whatever, she can kegel herself to an orgasm. She don't even need to touch nothing down there.
Really?
And I was looking like,
okay. Yeah.
Talent. Right? Now, people see porn. People get insecure about porn.
Mm-hmm.
People looking at bodies and stuff like that. I had a conversation with somebody earlier in the week. She said that she doesn't have a bumper. Like a I want to say she has a little poke out and that's it. Whatever, right? Yeah. But I told them like small booties matter.
Yeah.
Hashtag small booties still counts.
Still good.
Her husband, who she's been married to for over, I think she said about 32 years. If you're married for over 25 years, that's a life sentence.
Yeah.
That's a life sentence. So I'm like, you already put a life sentence in already with dude and stuff. I'm like, why are you still insecure about him looking at other? So she's like, well, because I know he likes said thing. But I'm like, people watch porn. So like, even if he's not seeing said person in real life, there's probably a porn that probably fits set criteria that he's looking at.
Yeah.
Would you still be offended if there was like a random porn star they were looking at? And she said, yes. She's like, he shouldn't have to watch porn. But I'm like, I'm not saying he has to.
Yeah.
But some people just like a little variety.
Right.
Like a little change up and stuff from what they're used to.
Right.
I told you, I know somebody and stuff, whatever. Their significant other and stuff as a Bally's Total Workout queen. And they rub one out to BBW porn. Dun, dun, dun. Like, whatever floats your boat finds your lost remote.
Yeah,
I look at it stuff like, there's some people like the little breakup from the monotony.
Right.
So I said, you shouldn't hold that against you and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, but all these, and then she was saying stuff like porn stars and stuff are so perfect and or they choose the right porn stars. And I'm like, about camera work, makeup, a whole bunch of extra
and
shit,
clearly
whatever.
She does not watch porn. Clearly, that person does not watch porn. There's a lot of flawed women and men out there.
To the production level, heavy production level, you think there's that a lot of flawed like that?
No, when she's saying perfect, I mean when I say she don't watch a lot of porn, she's probably watching like the high quality,
the high end.
Yeah, she's not watching JoJo Smash Club. Because if you watching JoJo Smash Club,
I'm not watching JoJo Smash Club.
You'll probably be like, I could be one of those girls on JoJo Smash Club.
I think that porn shouldn't make nobody insecure
Should.
about their bodies or anything and stuff like that. I don't think that couple was criteria type quality. 'Cause I saw with a video with them going at it, and I saw another photo of them like getting escorted out.
Right.
Another photo of them. So I was looking at them like regular Joes, Joe Schmoes,
Regular Joe Schmoes.
John Smith and Jane Smith, Jane Doe.
And I guess it's the type of imagery like when you
think of porn.
When you think of porn, right? Like you think of like the done up bodies, the voluptuousness, and like the desire, right? The sexual desire, like what the images that make somebody so desirable. But like if you were to like frequent some of these sex clubs, they're like everyday
people,
Joe Schmo people who don't have the $1 million bodies, and they're free as bliss. They don't give a shit.
Very true.
So, yeah, it's a weird dynamic. I guess.
But you know some women that don't like their.
Oh yeah, tons of women.
Why? What are the reason you heard of? Why they don't like significant other watching porn?
Because they feel like they should not have eyes for anyone but them.
So it's like this.
Somehow, if you have eyes for somebody else, you're cheating.
But you live in a world with multiple people. You live in a city that with multiple people, or a township with multiple people, and you can't.
What's the difference between watching porn, right, and a steamy love scene on Scandal? Other than the steamy love scene, they might be covered up just a little bit more and not showing any form of penetration.
I think probably that's the difference.
But your significant other will sit down beside you on the couch and watch the steamy love scene in Scandal.
Because I think it's done, I guess, quote unquote, tasteful to I guess, a standard where I guess it's accepted.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm pretty sure there's tasteful porn out there, right?
Right.
Like where it's more for enjoyment and not more theatrics.
Yeah. But in the same token, your woman don't want you to be nasty in the bed with her, but don't want you to watch nasty porn. How does that work?
That's weird. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
She want to be the freak in the sheets, but you can't watch the freak.
He's like, you're boring. You're basic.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing. You just do this. Like, well, you want to let me watch porn? I can learn something new.
I'm going to watch some porn. No, the hell you ain't.
Not in this Wi-Fi. Girl, can you believe this asshole? He asked me that. He want to watch porn when I'm naked in front of him. Be like, wait, what? What? No, that wasn't it. That wasn't the scenario. Let me ask you. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Our dreams came true.
What you mean? What? Fill me in.
That's what I forgot to tell you. A man, MMA fighter, fought a transgender female.
No, where is the footage?
I'll pull that bitch up.
Where is the footage?
I found it on YouTube, baby. I found it on YouTube. Who do you think won?
I'm betting the man.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, am I sexist? Am I
sexist but right?
Am I sexist for saying that?
Sexist but right.
Was it the brakes beaten? Was it like?
Oh, it was the brakes.
It was
beat.
the brake. Oh my gosh, I'm dying to see it.
It was the brakes beat because like at first I was looking at him like, okay, because even there's a part in there,
right?
The part in there that you'll see and stuff in there is like, he didn't want to get on the ground and do the ground pound thing. Like, come on, man, like, just get up. They just beat you striking.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you're not taking it. Hit it. It was like a Migos track. Hit it. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I think they should circle this site. You know, this video should go viral.
Yes.
This video needs to go viral. This video needs to go viral.
Right.
I was looking, I was like, that was the highlight of the week. I was supposed to tell you. I was like, smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth. Here's my thing. I think with that whole thing, what I learned and stuff was like, do you really want to be that guy? The winner?
Nah. It's an asterisk. It's going to be an asterisk, man. It's going to be an asterisk.
That was my thought. My thought and stuff, I was like when the whole thing was done,
yeah,
I was like, what did we learn? That's what I always say. My brain always says that. My head is like, what did we learn? I was like, there should be a league for them.
After watching that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And witnessing the brutal truth, right? Do you think the trans community would admit that we need a separate league? Or do you think they're still going to fight that battle and say, no, we'll take more break beating?
I think they'll say they'll take more break beating for the sake of pride.
Yeah.
It's going to be that.
It's going to be that.
Because like I said, everybody lives in their own reality, right? And I think the thing is that this is the truth. This is truth.
Yeah.
Right? This is truth, but they don't want to have that convo and stuff for them because they're in their own reality. Everybody's in their own reality and stuff out here.
Right.
So I think if it clashes with their reality, they'll want to hear the truth. Because if you live in the truth,
yeah,
you're fine to accept this and be like, you know what? They need their own separate league.
Well, you know what? And their pride, and they're gonna have to stick with it in order to keep those men who are transitioning into women being able to play those sports.
Yeah, there's some separation in between. Has to.
They have, because if you're now going to outline the physical unfairness that just allowed this transgendered when they transgender to
a woman.
So
this one was woman. I think it's a transgender.
If you're a transgendered male, are you a woman? And if you're a transgendered woman, are you a male? Like how does? So
it depends. What are you transitioning to?
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to.
So if you're a man,
yeah,
and you transition to a woman, you're a transgender woman.
Okay.
You're a trans woman.
So now what I was trying to say is this: with this transgendered man, now being it's going to be, you're looking at it. It's a physical thing. It's being exposed. It's exposed now. You see the unevenness now. You can't admit to it because now you're going to have to admit to the unevenness that we've been witnessing all this time.
But pride, because the thing and stuff is like I said, with the whole sexism conversation and everything like that, right?
Right.
Men and women are wired biologically different. That's science.
Right.
That's truth.
Right.
They don't have that. People don't want to have that kind of conversation. Like if you look at it and stuff, and it's not even just to start war or anything like to say incite or say anything with no malice or
it's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
But then you have somebody and stuff where their reality is whatever gender they might choose.
Right.
So if they choose what let's say if they identify with they and them.
Right.
They and them and stuff, and they did a transition to whatever sex, and let's say they're fighting let's say if you're a trans man, you become a trans man and everything like that. Biologically, your body wasn't set like that. So you gain muscle mass, you've taken testosterone,
right,
certain type of things to kind of get like this. Where a set fighter could have been all natural, built like that. You see some big motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you had elementary school with some kids, you're looking like, yo, dog, you like... I have a friend.
Adult.
I have a friend when I was in high school. She was old enough to buy buy alcohol for people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People just naturally built like that.
Yeah.
And that's no money and stuff in them and everything like that. Where I feel like to have this choice to transition, you need bread. That's a money game.
Yeah. That's
a money game. If you're broke, you stay whatever you are and just be happy with
stay
that.
Wanting.
But, yeah.
You stay wanting.
Yeah. And I look at this stuff as like, you put this money up into your new body and everything like that. You're hoping that it might make the cut for this. Now, if you're saying this is a one-off thing and you put this transition fighter with another fighter and you get the same result, would that still shock you? Some people might say, no, that fighter the trans fighter is just not capable enough. They need to put a proper person in, whatever. There's not going to be a proper person.
Right.
It's not going to be fair across the board and stuff like that. But to separate, like you want to be included, but yet you want to be separated. That's the thing that always kind of confuses me. Because I have gay friends that are upset that straight women party in their clubs.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, straight women coming to our clubs and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I like coming here because guys don't hit on us because the guys are into guys and everything like that. And friend said, we're not a novelty to the straight community. I was looking like, boss, do you also, so I said to her, I was like, do you want to be included or excluded? Because if you want to be included, guess what? Straight people are going to come into your world.
Right.
So I was like, the worlds have to merge to be one, to be recognized as one.
Yeah.
I'm like, if we're having a conversation about black man, the world isn't merged enough yet to say man.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But when you want to say homo and hetero, it's not merged. If you're saying people are partying in the club, are pissing you off, that.
Yeah.
When you're saying straight women, that means you're not welcoming to that degree. No. And when I said it to him, he paused.
And they're okay to talk to around the water cooler. They just can't party at your club.
No, you can't party in their clubs. Like it's for them.
Who has more girlfriends than gay men?
A pimp. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Life. I did want to talk about Nick Cannon real quick. Nick Cannon. Okay, so Nick Cannon has another kid on the way. Another one. Vivica Fox said something to Nick Cannon and stuff about him and his mini army and stuff he's brewing.
Yeah.
Right? She said some things, stuff like, especially kids from the black family, they need a black father figure.
Right.
I'm not knocking Nick Cannon. I'm not saying Nick Cannon is not a father figure and everything like that. But what she was saying and stuff, it made me think of something. So now my question to you is she was cutting in onto Nick.
Okay.
She's not a fan of him and the multiple kids and stuff across the board with different women and all the above. He's like, this is setting a bad example and stuff to like, I guess a black family structure.
Okay.
I can see it. I can see where she's coming from. Am I for it? Kind of. I'm more for Vivica than I am for Nick.
Okay.
I'm a fan of Nick doing his thing.
Right.
Because if he's saying like, hey, if he goes to a woman like, hey, I'm going to shoot the club up, you want to have this baby, you're going to get this money.
Yeah.
And the woman's like, okay.
Yeah.
It ain't Nick's problem. It's not a problem.
Nah.
They agreed to it.
Yeah.
Do you need, okay, let me say this. Do you need financial backing, financial stability to be a great father? Or do you need time to be a great father? Because remember, you have moms out here, single moms out here, busting their ass to give their kids for things that they don't have, things they never had. And they're putting in that time and that work to get that set item.
Right.
Right? And then you have other ones that might have more luxury of time, but the finances aren't there.
Yeah, I think to be a great father, I think there's got to be more to do with the putting in the time.
The time.
Yeah. More of putting in the time. And listen, Nick's a grown man. He's got, he's got millions of money. He can do whatever he wants. He can make sure these kids have a good education. The only thing I'm hoping for is that he allows himself to spend the time with each and every one of them. And it's going to be a hard task to do. And I don't know, maybe in the future he can't do it, right? But then I see a lot of people knocking Nick, but Bob Marley had like 12 kids that we know of.
By how many women?
If he's had more than 2 with one, actually, maybe was Rita his wife? I think Rita. How many did he have with Rita? I think it was the most.
Yeah, she had the most.
She had the most.
She had the most.
And then the rest were outside kids.
Mm-hmm. And just like things like Nick was married to Mariah.
Right.
Had the twins.
And then the rest are outside.
The
rest are outside kids. But no one ever gives Marley the flag. And then I'm saying, and these are the ones that we know of.
So I think part of the reason why we don't give Marley the flack is because he's not alive now. I think if Bob Marley was alive now, and let's say Bob Marley pops up, okay, look at DMX. Before DMX passed and stuff like that,
right?
They went in on DMX saying like how many kids he had because he married one,
right?
And I think he had 2 or 3 with her. And then he had like, I think in total maybe like 10, 11 kids or something like that before he passed.
Okay.
And they were going in on DMX like, yo, you got a problem, dog. They went in on an interview on him and everything. Yeah. He's like, I like to fuck. Like, yo, this is what I do. He's like, yo, and babies come out. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And they gave him flack. So I think if Bob Marley was currently alive, he might have
in
today's time, he would have caught some of the flack. He would have caught some flack. I think with Nick, because he runs a multi-million-dollar empire, like doing this, that he spread out everywhere.
Yeah,
I think it might encroach on like the time. To my perspective.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with time. Because before I even got on the whole time aspect, and people were shitting on him, saying, "Yo, that's irresponsible." It's like, yeah, but he can afford to have them. He can afford to have them. And why are we shitting on him who can afford to have them
But that's what I'm saying. If he can afford, then that means that's his financial side. Right. But that's not giving him time side.
No, but then I started thinking about it. Okay. Then I started thinking about who else are in positions like that who can afford to have multiple children, but just don't even spend the time. And then I started thinking of like royals, like
leaders.
Yeah. But they don't even, they might even just only have maybe 1 or 2 and still not have the time. And still not have the time.
Yeah.
So
remember,
money?
They went on Obama when they saw, was it Malia?
Right.
It was Malia or Sasha. I can't remember which one was older enough, but I think whatever one that was older was out somewhere smoking weed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the former president's daughter's out here smoking weed and everything. And I'd be like, she grown, dog. But the parents have to answer for it.
Right, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they're still looking at like the parent and that aspect and stuff. Actually, you don't really give a shit with her because I look at like, yo, she's old enough to make her decisions on the laws of smoking and stuff, much less. But no, they look at, oh, he didn't spend the time, but he was out there running the damn free world for 8 years. And much as even the campaign and getting into that. So that's probably like 10 years of his life.
Right.
10 years of his family life.
Right.
Got cut into because of set work. 10, like some years and stuff of like your grit and grind could cut into some other things too as well.
I mean, Nick. Do you, Nick?
I don't women. I don't shit on Nick. I just look at it stuff as like when there's men in those positions and everything like that.
Yeah.
There's I feel like there's no structure. Like there's no structure like really going on too much because you gotta, unless you got this ultimate master plan that I can't see.
Yeah.
Because I even feel like on like on a non-Nick Cannon level, like on a regular level, I know a dude that has like about 3-4 kids. So I'm like, yo, when do you see your kids? You see them each kid a weekend of the month, whatever? He's like, nah, sometimes I just can't. I'm like, I might get like 2 or 3 of them at one time. We just do one little thing and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, how often does that happen? Or it happens while you watching me. So I'm looking like, it doesn't happen that often. That's why you're getting hostile.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's kind of hard to coordinate because this baby mom might operate in this world. This baby mom operates in this world. And this one operates in this world. And now you need them to stop what the hell they're doing to cater to you for a limited time.
Right.
Like, kids are getting cheated out on some dad time.
So is he always trying to like have his all his kids together at once, or is he just trying to like? Because that's an almost near to impossible thing to coordinate.
Sometimes you'll just take one off and everything like, but then the other ones will be like, I haven't seen my brother.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my brother, my sister.
Well, of course, and kids have more fun when they're around each other.
Their siblings much less
course,
too, right? Mm-hmm. So that is the drawback. So that's what I'm saying. It's the time. I'm not only talking about the financial backing and stuff like that. I think the financial aspect and stuff, to be honest, especially living in Canada, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Because I look at it stuff as where, if we look at like baby bonus, we look at like this was a child benefit tax. Mm-hmm. So we look at child benefit tax and stuff like that, and much as like there's other, I want to say, social services in place,
right,
to help that the kid won't be kind of like left out of certain type of thing.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just that the timing aspect and stuff will kind of play a factor.
Yeah.
Because there's tons of times where some people I know, their parents couldn't make it to some of their games, or the competitions and everything, like because their parents had to work. Mm-hmm. So the finance was covered and stuff, but the time aspect and stuff was lacking. So I was looking like, when it comes to like even a father with like even a six figure father plus, which is still coming to play the most.
So is she getting on Nick because she feels like he doesn't have the time? He's being irresponsible and not being able to spend the time because
the time.
I'm like, even if because this is what kid number is this?
9.
If he had 9 kids with one woman, would he still have the time? Would he have the time? I mean, well, at least it'd be easier to coordinate.
You think this modern woman with all these BBLs and all that type of stuff is gonna allow one man to? Yo, when I see women and stuff, but like this, I have a friend. Yeah. I have a friend. I'll show you. Even some of our followers and stuff, whatever. There's a follower. I'll even show you. Yeah. She has 5 kids. Okay. And I look at stuff. I'm like, and like the eggs are like in one. I'm like, yo, kudos to you. A modern woman popping out 5 kids. That's rare. That's a rare feat. That's in rare. Your grandma, your mom time, and everything like that. So I'm like, that's kosher. 9. You know what I mean? Women told you like, fuck with my damn body. You buying this body back?
Yeah, I mean, I guess then, like, what's the end game, right? Because we can't really fault him if we don't know the end game, right? He could be building his own empire and
putting these kids. You ready to put these kids in the
have everything
ownership,
and got the training set, everything like that. And maybe he has a plan. We like, who knows, right?
I am not mad at that. I am not mad at that. Like I said, I think the thing and stuff is that it was Nick Cannon was more the example. But it's just that in general, it still happens like this across the board. Even when it's not, when you don't have a power player like Nick. Yeah. When you have somebody and stuff who's having like multiple.
So I think I think I kind of get it now. Maybe not so much.
You're honing in on the Nick Cannon
of Nick.
Yeah, you have to hone in on
Nick being Nick. Who Nick is probably not setting a good example. If I'm looking at it like that, like, yeah, Nick, you can afford to do that. So your mind is not thinking. But what about people who are just saying, Nick out there fucking off the world, and
I might as well do it too.
Yeah, I might as well just do it too, right? They're not in the same predicament as you, and then those kids will definitely suffer. Yeah.
Look at the guy in Tennessee with 32 kids. Yeah. 30, 32, 33. I heard that the child support a month, like each kid gets like $1 and change because he has that many. Right. Right. I look at it, so I was like, okay, if you're a woman and you're gonna attach yourself with a dude that already has multiple kids and stuff like that, you're that desperate for one to attach yourself to a guy who already has like more than 5?
I don't know, Mark, but come on, if a dude has 30 kids, right? Mm-hmm. The current woman. How many kids do you think she knows of?
How many things she knows?
How many kids? If this dude has gotten 30,
I'm assuming 4.
You're assuming 4?
I'm assuming 4.
If they're in the area. Because if he's approaching 30, this dude might be acting like he ain't got no kids at all.
Right, but I think it's kind of hard to duck. That's what I said. Like,
listen, it's hard to duck, right? But again, right? It's like, who are the type of women are the baby mothers? Because if I'm knocking down one night stands and they're getting pregnant, it's not hard to duck.
True. But the fact that one night stand can still track you down and say, hey, you're still saying, you and I, we squanched. We squanched and I'm pregnant and here you are, here I am.
I'm just like 30 kids in the neighborhood.
It's social media time to dump.
I'm saying 30 kids is not all in the same neighborhood because you can listen. 30 kids, those baby moms can't be that far spread out.
No, I don't think they're that far spread out. But I don't think you can duck them. Like I want to say, it's so. Play this. You have that many kids, right? A photo gets taken and stuff, and much of the social media. Let's say it's like the mom and the kid, me and my baby, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Then somebody else like in the air probably see that photo and be like, shit, doesn't that look like Tracy's kid? Yo, pull up Tracy's gram real quick. Like, yo, these kids kind of look like, I wonder if they fucking the same guy. Like, And then now, like, the pieces and shit are kind of like...
Decatur, Georgia.
Yeah. You need Scooby-Doo for that. Like, yo. So now you look at this. So when you run to the set, dude, be like, yo, I was on social media the other day when I seen like 2 kids that look like you, man. You know what, Tracy? You know what, Amanda? Yeah. And he'd be like... the universal nigga. What about though? Like, what about? He already came. He saw. He conquered. He came. So I'm like, it's kind of hard to duck all of them. Yeah, those are maybe 4. 4, like, no way you're claiming all those and still. If you're claiming all 30 kids and you still get vagina, that woman is the dumbass.
That's what I'm saying.
That woman is the dumbass.
So, and that's why I had to ask, like how many know? Yeah, I guess 4. You could kind of.
That's what I'm saying. I don't blame Nick. I don't blame Nick. If you're the chick and stuff, whatever, you're like, you got about like 6 kids already. Fuck it. I got nothing else to do. Sign me up. You're like, yo, that's it.
Tallying up your net worth. No, he can handle one more. He got expenses for one more. Yeah.
I seen some chick one day on the gram, right? And I looked at her and stuff. I'm like, okay, she has her body done and everything like that.
Right.
She has some figures and stuff, like some money backing that.
Yeah.
Right. And I see she has 1 kid. And the funny too, I think the kid's like, this is the time for back to school photos. My baby's first day at school. This kid was in front of a blue Rolls Royce. That's not your regular mom car or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So the kid's in front of a Rolls Royce now. And I'm looking at stuff. I was like, yo, one person, like say whatever person, dude, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Probably said to himself, like, yo, you know what? Yeah, I can afford to keep this chick and everything like that, right? And then when you look at it stuff, this chick has a full total bill because you remember, you gotta look at maintaining her lifestyle, right? Now kid is in the play and now certain things for her lifestyle and the kid needs to coexist and stuff with her.
Right.
And then if it doesn't,
right.
Now it brings back shame to you. Because it's kind of like, oh shit, you out here in Balenciaga, but your baby mama out here and stuff in like, Baby Gap. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So like, now it's starting to clash and stuff like, so now the money has to be presente. It has to come to the forefront. And now you're a woman. You're this woman now and you look like, I don't got to do shit. This is all on you. And if he has multiple kids, that's when it's all on her. And it's still not even all on her all the way and stuff. It's on him, but it's kind of like you add more. Like Future. I look at Future. Future has like kids out the yin yang and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Sierra, I think, jumped in when she's like maybe baby mom 4 or 6 or something like that at the time.
Okay.
When she has the kid and stuff by him. You knew what he was like before he got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You expected something else?
Yeah. She was expecting.
She was engaged. Never went through. Clearly, he's a toxic king. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is some parts where they're looking like, yo, it's the guy has owned up responsibility for it. And it's a woman. That's the owner responsibility for it. I don't blame Nick in the situation and stuff. I just look at it stuff like the time aspect and stuff. The main concept I got from it is the time.
Right.
Because you have to put in the time stuff to the kids. Like even if you have 2 girls, you can't treat the 2 girls and stuff like they're the same. One might be a tomboy, might be a girly girl.
It'd be interesting with the 9 that he has now. It'd be interesting to know how much time he's been spending with each one of them.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
Because a regular dude that I know, he's out here like trapping, doing his 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, he's like during the week and stuff, he was sending a text message to either one of them, the moms and stuff.
Yeah.
And he talked about one kid, so he'll message all like their moms, be like, yo, make sure you do his homework and make sure they do this and that and everything like that. And one of the baby moms is, I think, 2 out of the 3, they're for it. They're supportive.
Yeah.
And the one is like, no, you tell him yourself.
Right.
I'm never check. I done my check to make sure he's in his room and he did his homework and stuff like that. Yeah. You need to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
He has a phone. You call him and FaceTime and ask him if he's doing his homework. You need to put in that time to be that kind of parent.
Right.
Right? And I was like, she's not wrong.
No, she's not. The other 2 just let you off the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their problem.
Yeah.
That's their problem that you might have to deal with later. That's it. Okay. Let's get to the question of the week.
Question of the week. Are
you ready? Do goal-orientated people tend to feel alone? You want me to explain something?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think they mind. I don't think they mind being alone. I think they're so goal-orientated. A lot of times, I feel like they feel like other people might get in the way.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Not to me.
No?
I feel like they do tend to feel like alone. And I feel like most of the times and stuff I told you, if everybody did a little, not one person has to do a lot.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of times when you have a set goal you want to achieve, networking will help you achieve that goal so much better.
Right.
And I feel like, not saying people don't network like that anymore, but we've come to a space. A good portion of people come to a space. What I've seen is that there was a kind of like, it's now pulling teeth to ask somebody for a favor, because I think it's a pride thing in saying like, I'm good, I don't need you.
Right.
Yeah. Like if I needed like a favor or something like that from you that could probably help my business or something like that flourish, it's kind of like, this guy's gonna try to come at me and stuff like that. I'm trying to do big things out here, but I just need his assistance stuff on this one thing. Probably show off himself and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's now a build up and stuff before I even ask you to do something and everything like that. And it must have some people was of like, say, I don't even fuck with you like that, but I know you have to connect to a place to use, whether like, or a venue and everything like that.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm trying to promote artwork.
Right.
I'm trying to promote artwork, and you have all these venues and stuff at your disposal and everything like that, and be like, I could come to you and be like, hey, you got a venue I can use so I can do this little art show and everything like that?
Right.
But if I don't fuck with you like that, and I don't network with you like that now, I can't come at you with a friends and family discount or a help. It's kind of like you're charging me straight business prices. And people don't want to pay business prices when they know people now.
Yeah. But
think about it. We sell shirts and people are like, yo, I can't get a shirt for free.
But I think goal orientated people have that kind of, they have that kind of understanding. And they're almost at the point where I'm gonna make this goal happen no matter what the cost is. So I may not get the discount because I don't know that person well enough, but I know I need to know that person to get the job done. So I'll know that person to get what I need to get out of them. Mm-hmm. But if that person is now going to sit down and tell me about 6 or 7 different other things that they're involved in and this, that, and he's going to have me standing for hours and not me tending to my, I'm just gonna disappear and get out of his arena. Some people will focus better if they're by themselves, or some people have a better concentration if they're by themselves. Not to say that they can't work within a team structure, but some of their greatest ideas may come with them being in their own isolated bubble. So they'll relish that. They'll relish the ideas. So they might even dodge company to go, okay, yeah, it's nice playing pool with you guys. I'm gonna, my wife had something to do, and they'll tell you something to go home and go work on something that they really want to work on. But don't want to tell you because they don't want you to feel like, hey, you're ditching them because you don't feel like they're now less important to what you're trying to achieve.
Okay, so for that aspect,
yeah,
I would say I'm probably like that.
Okay.
Because I get offered to party and bullshit like during a week.
Right.
I get offered to go. I told you I got new best friends out of nowhere yesterday. I went to a damn party.
Put it here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I get offers to come here, do this and do that, whatever.
Right.
But I got shit to do. I got my own goal.
Right.
Right. And I'll try to seclude myself to make sure I get nothing's fucking with me and my topics.
Right.
I need to make sure my podcast business and stuff, whatever, business across board,
right,
is kosher before I get into the pleasure and the fun shit.
Right. And that's what I mean. And because of that, you don't mind being alone because you can accomplish with.
But I feel alone when the fact that I don't get that enough support from the peoples and stuff that I think that might be for me. So what I mean by that is kind of like, okay, let's say, well, I told you earlier and stuff that I was with certain people and stuff, and then we had a conversation.
Right.
And we were having a conversation and stuff, and I was like, you promote this person's podcast. Do you know that person?
Right.
They said no. And I said, you promote this and another person. I said, you promote that person's podcast. Do you know that person? He's like, no. So I'm like, but you know me. And we're here smoking weed together, but you won't promote my shit.
Right.
I feel alone when it comes to some shit like that. I'm looking like,
yeah, okay.
I'm a goal-oriented person, am I not?
You feel alone, right? But it's not because I'm trying to figure out how to put this. I don't see you feel not supported. I wouldn't say you feel alone. You feel not supported.
And I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you.
Feel not supported. And why I say you don't feel like you're not alone.
I see it.
Because why I say that is because in order for them to be a part of your world,
mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to train them. Do you have the time to train them?
Do I have the time to train them?
Yeah.
Depends on how much training they might need. I might have to set time to train them like at point in time when I see them.
Right.
You know, it's so funny. I was doing some research on some shit. We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this.
Because you get what I'm saying though, right?
Because the part in my head and stuff right now, like what I was reading and everything and stuff, I'm like, what's the difference between seduction and manipulation? Right? So if I have to manipulate you and stuff, whatever, or I have to seduce you to do something and stuff, whatever, that I want and everything like that, there's really I don't feel like there's not that much of a difference and stuff between just the wording.
Yeah.
Now I feel like if I have to training set person, that means I basically have to manipulate you to go from doing this for this random person you don't know to help promote my shit.
Right.
Right? I feel like the alone aspect for me is like, hey, we support and promote all businesses.
Right.
Don't be shy to bring your business and stuff, whatever, to over here.
Yes.
Now, we're not as top tier as, let's say, Pepsi to say like, hey, we gonna need to charge you so much money to get your shit across.
Right.
But we do charge a fee because we still have a business and stuff to run on this side.
Of course. Yeah.
But because motherfuckers know you, motherfuckers are looking like, nah, fuck a fee. It should be free.
Yeah.
Drop an R in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm looking like, but you have no problem supporting another business. But this is when the person would fit, and this is where I want to say I got to a point where, for me, I don't promote the podcast to people that I know.
Yeah.
So if I know you, if I know you, you know me,
right?
You know I have a podcast. Yes. Done.
Yeah. If I don't know you, then we're having this conversation to kind of to bridge the gap. Right.
So from the know you aspect of stuff, I'm trying to build generational wealth.
Right.
Could you help me build generational wealth? And if your actions, not your words, but your actions saying it's a no,
yeah.
This is when it's not the supported aspect of stuff. I tend to feel like alone because I'm in a lane where I believe myself. Right. I believe in myself. I believe in the things that I do. And I know I'm destined for certain type of things.
Yeah.
So now when it comes down to it, if I know you, I will explain that to you on my thought process and where I want to be and stuff in the world. And if you still don't give a fuck, we ain't together. That means I'm solo and you solo. That means we are not together. We are alone. We are separated.
Yeah. I think, here's what I had to do. Because I used to feel that way, right? Mm-hmm. But then I had to put myself in the understanding and say, if I have my goals that I'm trying to achieve, right? Mm-hmm. And you have your goals that you're trying to achieve, right? Mm-hmm. We may both need help, right? Mm-hmm. And at some point, we should both be considering helping each other, right?
Correct.
But we're gonna have to come to that understanding that we both need help and that we both need to help each other. But until we come to that understanding, our main focus is always going to be self-preservation.
Correct.
Right? I think with me, I had to come to that understanding. And before I seek or look for anyone to help me with what I'm doing, I have to know what they plan on doing for themselves. Some sort of mind frame of where that person's going. And then after I kind of have an understanding of where that person's going, how
can you attach your
brand whatever I'm doing?
Can it attach or
how can it help whatever they're doing?
Okay.
Right? And if some way, somehow it can help them doing what they're doing, then there's got to be a reciprocal exchange in there somewhere for me, right? So when I approach you, I don't want you to feel like you're only helping me build my dream and you're not getting anything out of it. Because I find that's where a lot of reservation comes. There's a lot of reservation with people who don't want. They see you fulfilling your dream,
and they're not
fulfilling theirs or not doing anything with theirs. So now they're not. They don't want to help you achieve. They don't want to help you achieve. You see where I'm coming from?
I see that.
So now as I no longer want you to help me achieve. You know what? If you're doing something, and I can help you, and in the process of you helping me helping you, you can help me, I'm all for it. If you see what I'm doing and you like what I'm doing, and you feel like, hey, helping me in some way will turn around and help you, I'm gonna turn around and help you. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not gonna look at it and say, yo, I'm benefiting because you're not helping me, and not turn around and not help you. There's no way in hell that I'm gonna ever let you help me with my dreams and not focus on whatever you're doing. So I asked you the other day, I told you the other day, I said, yo, don't there ever be anything on your mind that you want to do and you don't tell me? Because there's got to be some way, somehow, that I can help you achieve whatever you got to help me with. Why not? You're helping me achieve what I want to do.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
So then that's the mindset I kind of went in with moving forward. So I no longer get upset when you know what I mean? I would love to help. I would love for you to take interest in doing what I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure I could probably go further, even faster with the help. But then I got also realize if you don't already have something going on, you might be up against time to get something started and be like, man, nigga, you already got something started. I better start something of my own. And I Like people are telling you they want to come on the podcast. Why do they want to come on the podcast? Do they want to come on the podcast to help us? Or do they want to come on the podcast to start something of their own?
You can pay for me for that.
See what I'm saying? The ideas that they're bringing to you, it's never an idea of their own. It's, hey, this, that, and the third. I'm always looking out for ideas. When you approach me with the idea, but that idea sounds one-sided. It don't sound like it's benefiting me in any shape or form. If my audience can get something out of what you're just, I'm all for it. If my audience can't get anything from it, it serves me no purpose.
Fair.
So, when you're coming on the Podical Sons, make sure it's beneficial to our audience. So I see no other way of having you on the show.
True that. Well said.
I don't. We're at the point now where our audience has come to know what to expect from the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
If we bring anybody else into the mix, they're expecting to learn something from that third person. Unless it's gonna be like a Ben who they know is partying bullshit just like us. They're expecting that. Anybody else, they're like, oh, what's this person bringing to the mix?
Right.
And if you're not bringing anything to the mix, I don't know. You almost lose credibility. I don't know. I would like to assume at that point.
Enough said. All right. Let's get to the Ask the Sons.
Ask us anything.
First Ask the Sons come from Petty Betty.
Petty Betty. Okay.
What's your way of showing love?
Supporting.
Supporting?
Supporting. I done support shit that ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'll do it once to show you the support. If it's totally got nothing to do with me, you'll get that support once because you're doing something and I respect the fact that you're doing something. So this is an acknowledgement of my respect to the fact that you're doing something. But, if you make black licorice and I don't eat black licorice and I buy black licorice from you.
You can't say licorice too many times.
I'm going to bit my tongue the third time and I buy it from you. Then you got to say, damn nigga, thanks. Respect. Because I know you don't eat black L.
Black L.
Black L. I know you don't eat black L, but because it's me and you wanted to support me, you did that. I don't expect you to buy any more. You did that.
I think for me, the way of showing love is understand who I'm dealing with and speaking their love language. Because I think the thing and stuff is that some people and stuff, they might like acts of service, like the support like that. Or some people, they just might want the words, those affirmation. So that's why I look at it stuff like, I can only give you love or give you the love where I think you understand.
Right.
Because if some people don't know how they want to be loved, or some people don't understand what aspect of stuff is their love, right?
Right.
So I look at it stuff like, if I understand your love language, I can respond to that to let you know I got love for you.
Yeah.
Professor Giggs, he or she's question is, what is the dumbest lyric of all time? That is a hefty line. That's a hefty statement. G-Dep, shit ready, and I was born
Why was
ready.
I thinking the same line?
And I was already on fish and spaghetti. I've never went to anybody's household to see fish and spaghetti served on one dish yet. And I might be tilapia noodles. I don't know.
That first came to my mind, right? But then there was, I can't remember the name of the track now. It was an R&B track and I heard it the other day. But you know what pisses me off? When they'll take a word, like let's say the word is alpine. But they'll pronounce it like alpine just to make it rhyme with whatever else they have. Don't do that. Don't.
Kanye.
Kanye? What lyric? Because a lot of them do it. A lot of them do it.
They do it. Don't fix your lips like collagen, or say something you might end up apologizing.
Yeah, come on.
Can't tell me nothing. That's the song.
Can't tell you right. Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't tell you nothing on that song. I was like, collagen, apologen? I was like, apologizing? Apologen? All right, fuck it. If you say so. If you say so, my guy. The last one comes from Save the Day. What could someone put on their car to let you know that they are a douchebag?
To let you know that they're a douchebag. Dice still count?
Dice could work.
Dice
Could work. I always look at dice as a retro thing. Like you probably picked it up from if you're a younger person doing dice.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably seen a relative or you're probably paying homage
to a relative.
Yeah, to like somebody and stuff for it. Because I don't see a younger generation like just automatically knowing to throw dice up.
The dice, yeah.
So I feel like you probably
gotta be old school.
Yeah, you gotta be old school for the dice thing. If you're an older person, you're a douche. You're a douche. You're a douche. Oh, you ever seen somebody with on their back windshield? Not the back windshield, but like the back passenger window with the Instagram handle?
Yeah.
You're a douche.
Yeah. With they didn't even have the stupid camera. Like
the Instagram logo. Yo, you're a douche.
Oh. If you got an OVO owl on anywhere on your car, you're a douche. You're a douche.
And you're not part of OVO?
Yeah, you're not part of OVO. You're a douche.
The monster, the energy drink, the sticker, the M. If you have it on your pickup truck, you're a douche. You can go on for this.
Yeah, yes. Come on. You got us rolling now.
Too easy.
If you got a crown and a decorative Kleenex box.
Douche.
Douche.
If you got fitted hats lined up in the back of your back window, your back shield, douche. I'm like, say, don't those things change color in the sun with all that heat and everything? You better keep them in your house. You want to show people how many hats you have in your
Why?
You know what?
Why?
I'm done. I'm leaving this one.
Why?
This one, I'm done. Wait.
That's
you.
If you got a set of figurine characters
in the car,
like that, like they're at some form of conference and you're the speaker and they're all looking at you, you're a douche. You want an audience for no reason. You shouldn't have more than 20 figurines on your dashboard. You shouldn't have more than 2.
Yeah. 20 is a lot. That's excessive. No, it'd be good.
And half of those are bobbleheads so they can say yes to your shit. You got problems.
I'm gonna be good. I think I must silence. Okay, I got one more.
You got one more.
One more. Then I'll go turn back to St. Marv. If you got like, you know the balls they have hanging from like the trucks. Like they look like dog nuts. Yo, you're a douche. You're a douche.
Douche.
You're a douche.
No, wait, I got one more. I got one to go with that. If you got the little 2 whiskers, like the Fu Manchu, hang at the side of your car.
People do that? For real?
You ain't see the Fu Manchu whiskers?
Nah.
Douche. I'm gonna have to show you. I'm gonna have to show you the Fu Manchu whiskers.
I gotta show you this MMA fight. You gotta show me this shit. We are at the end, folks. We are at the end. Little weekly motivation for you. So say the Suns this week says, when you talk to yourself, you both should laugh. So say the Suns. I feel like a lot of times people and stuff, when they have their conversations with themselves, they're so hard on themselves.
Yeah.
And they're not nice enough to themselves or even able to smile and stuff, whatever. Like, yo, where I put my keys? Shit, I left in my pocket because I was drunk as fuck last night.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha, like a little chuckle.
Right.
But if you're like, where are my keys? Such a fucking idiot. I left it over here. Like,
I can't remember anything.
Speak more gentle to yourself. Be more nicer to yourself and everything like that. Have time to create the time to laugh with yourself or by yourself.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's
so says the Suns.
So say the Suns. We are here at the end. You had a lot of venting. You have one more to get off your chest, or you're good? You're good? You're good?
I'm good.
I just want to make sure. I know you came in hot this morning. I woke up to the text message. I was like,
listen.
What?
To my young soldiers out there, listen, man. Don't discount or rule out being a pastor. You know what I mean? This you might do somebody some good. You might do somebody some good. And you can style. They styling now.
No, they styling.
They styling now, man.
I look at it stuff as one thing I do know, what I've learned in this game of life is that words are very important and words are powerful.
Preach.
And your words and stuff could not move another person, but they can resonate within me and create all types of form of change within me, right? That's what I look at it as, because even when we were talking about Hitler and stuff like that earlier, Hitler was a painter.
Yeah.
And certain things of the propaganda and the words that he was seeing and stuff, whatever, changed him to be that type of person that he became, right? So words are powerful. And I feel like if you use the right words on the proper people, you might impact them, guide them, and probably help them to achieve to be a better person.
Of course.
Or you might say some words that might put them down and might bring them into a place.
That too.
Right? So I feel like preachers are, I want to say, in my world that I'm used to, are kind of a renowned kind of thing. Not saying like you're world renowned, but you're renowned and respected enough that we're looking to hear what you're going to say.
Right.
Because if somebody introduces you to me as like Pastor Not Your Average Joseph, I'm going to kind of listen out for the words you're saying and stuff, whether to either get me to your congregation or to see why, you do what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hang on to certain type of things and stuff that you might say. Now, would they change my world? I don't know. It depends on the words you use.
Depends.
So yeah, we are it. This is it. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
God bless.
The Podical Sons was Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.